Hello class, welcome back in this discussion number 3 of this course or subject, Research in Hospitality 1. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you about the proposed title forms, in which I already uploaded in the classwork in the online discussion and quizzes. You can find that in the discussion number 3, proposed title forms, and meet up with your advisor. So we're going to discuss more on the proposed title forms. So what you're going to do is you need to download this form. Again, you can find that in the classwork, in the online discussion and quizzes. Okay, you just click on this part and then click here and download. Okay, you need to click that and download the forms. How to download the forms? You will click this print, and then you need to save that. Click this save or Control S, and then for example you want to put it in the desktop and then click save. Okay, so click on that part. You can download this one. So you have two choices. You can download it first and then you fill up this using your ball pen, or you may edit this one in the Google form. I think you can also download this one in a Word file. Let's try this one. Click save. So there's no choices here. So you have two options. You may download that via PDF file, or you can open it with a Google Docs. Click on this part. And then you can edit this. Or you may also download this one. Click file and then click download and choose Microsoft Word. So there you go. Okay, so that is the MS Word file. Now you can put this one. We have this detail group number. If you are group number 7, you need to put 7 here and write the name of your advisor. For example, Jason Vicano. Okay, and you need to put the group members here. Type first the leader. For example, Ricardo Dalisay, and the members also here. Then please read on this instruction. Write your most desired research topic in number 1, followed by number 2, then number 3. So you need to put here in the number 1 the most desired research topic that you want. Okay, then the second option, and then the third option. Just like, for example, on your application when you are still in senior high and you want to enroll here in Baiswa Kandy High. Okay, you have this first priority, second priority courses, and third priority courses. So in this part, you need to put your most priority in 1, second priority number 2, and the third one is the third priority. Okay, so also here, if the advisor agrees with your proposal, the advisor will sign the recommending approval. So it's expected you need also to write your name here. For example, Jason Vicano or Carlo Dalisay. And then you need to sign on the upper part and you need to put date. Okay. And then you need also to write your advisor here. For example, Darwin A. Lim. And then you need to put signature and Sir Darwin will put date here, the time or the date that he signed this form. Okay, so you need to put signature here and put signature here. So the advisor will only sign in the recommending approval if he agree that your first title will be your study. Okay, so again, instruction: write your most desired research topic in number 1, followed by number 2, and third, number 3. If the advisor agrees with your proposal, the advisor will sign the recommending approval. So he will sign here. And if not, if the advisor disagree with your first priority topic, the advisor shall write the reason and he will write in the remarks column the reason for selecting the alternative title. If not, the advisor shall write the reason in the remarks column. For example, again, the first one is your proposed priority or most desired research topic. So, for example, if the advisor disagree with your proposal, so he or she shall write the reason why he or she disagree with your research topic. Okay, and then the advisor then will choose among the two remaining titles. Since he or she disagrees with your first priority, so there are still two remaining alternatives or alternative titles here. And then the advisor shall write in the remarks column the reason for selecting the alternative title. For example, he wants the title number 2. He or she must write the reason why he select the title number 2 and not the title number 1. And after that, he will sign the signature here in the recommending approval. Before, I will sign in my part as a research instructor here. And then if I agree also that we're going to conduct the study with the title number 2, for example, I will put number 2 here. And another scenario, if the advisor agrees with your title number 1, I will put 1 here. Okay, so this is to certify the approval of the topic number 1 as final and to be conducted by the researchers or students. Okay, so you need to accomplish this proposed title form. And then you need to back up it with the overview of the proposed study. So you need to write the title of the study here for the title number 1 that you put in this part. Okay, you need to put the title of your study, title number 1, and then you need to write the past and present issue relating to the proposed title. Okay, you need to write here the past and the present issues relating to the proposed title. And then the third one, you need to write the objectives or specific questions of your study. What is your objectives in conducting this study? And the fourth one, you need to put the research environment. What is the research environment? For example, the establishment. For example, Sunkist Resorts. You want to conduct the study in the Sunkist Resort, so you need to put here Sunkist Resort. And for the research respondents, who will be your possible respondents? Is it the guests, the employees, the managers, supervisors, community, etc.? Okay. So if you have two kinds of respondents, for example, guests and employees, you need to put here guests and employees. Okay. And in the sixth part, you need to put here the research instrument So you will just cite the sources of your questionnaire. Okay, you need to have this research instrument that acts as your backbone of your study, as your guide. You need to cite the sources. And then in the last part, you need to put the beneficiary of the study. Who will be benefited of your study? For example, the resort owners or the Department of Tourism or the government, etc. Okay, so you need to fill up all these required details. So I'll just give you a hint on how to fill up this one. For example, propose title number one. Okay, you need to put the title of this study. And for the past and present issues relating to the proposed title, for example, if you want some ideas, for example, here you need to go to the classwork and then click here in the references materials and click previous manuscript for guidance. So again, this file is the old file of the fourth year. Okay, who undergo the OGT right now. So for example, in group 1, we will check the manuscript of these groups. Okay, the title of their study is Waste Management Practices of Beach Resort in Anda, Bohol. So you will put a title here, Waste Management Practices of Beach Resorts in Anda, Bohol. So that is the example. Again, this is only an example. You should not copy and paste here, okay, because this is already conducted. Waste management practices of beach resorts in Anda, Bohol. Now, what the past and present issues relating to proposed title? Okay, so the question is where you can find the past and present issues relating to the proposed title. Okay, so you can check that, or you can find that in the rationale. Okay, so we'll try to check this one. Chapter 1, the problem and its scope. The keyword here, problem. What is the keyword also here? Past and present issues. So issues, word issues and problem are similar. Okay, so we'll find some past and present issues here. For example, this one, due to the intense demand of tourism and recreational activities, the amount of waste left behind by consumers is also increasing. So this is an example of an issue. Okay. In the year 2023, there are an issue that the more there are many tourists or guests visiting in the specific place, what's up? So may gingon dire, the amount of waste left behind by consumers is also increasing. If there are an increasing number of tourists, there are also increasing numbers of waste. So that is an example of an issue. What else? According to the Sustainable Travel Organization, as an industry prone to overconsumption, tourism consequently produces substantial amount of waste and pollution. Okay, so that is the issue. There are many waste and pollution happen because there are many tourists on the particular establishment or place. Okay, so you need to put here past and present issues relating to the proposed title. Now, for the objectives or specific questions of your study, you can also find that in the problem and its scope. I mean in the statement of the problem. Okay, so these are the example of specific questions of your study. Specific what? Questions of your study. So you can find that in the problem, the statement of the problem. Okay, these are the specific questions. What is the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of sex, age, civil status? What are the types of waste generated in beach resort in Annabohol? What are the waste management practices? So these are the examples of specific questions of your study. So the objectives and specific questions of your study is the same. Okay, so what is your objectives? What are the questions that you want to answer after you conducted the study? And for the research environment, again, that is for the location. So we can find that in the methodology part, research environment. So for example, in this study, they will conduct the study in Anda Bohol, into the 5 barangays. Okay. So for example, you need to put here Anda Bohol, 5 barangays. All the resorts in Anda Bohol in the 5 barangays. And for the research respondents, you can find also that in the here. This study used for purposive sampling in selecting respondents. Researcher only choose those who were deemed fit to participate in the study. Respondents of the study were 22 people who are the managers or owners of the beach resorts. So in this case, the research respondents will be the or were the managers and owners. You need to write here managers and owners. And for the research instrument, okay, you can, for example, if you want to use this questionnaire as one of your guide, because you need also to make some modification of the research questionnaire, for example. So you can find that here, the last part. Okay, this one. This is the questionnaire of this study. For example, if you want to use this as your guide, so you need to cite the source. Okay, who are the author? The author is or are Mirasol Galia, Jennifer Goliano, Erica Omak, and the title is Waste Management Practices of Beach Resorts in Anda Bohol. So you need to cite that. The author are these three and the title of the study. So you need to cite the sources of your questionnaire. And then the beneficiary of your study. Who are the possible person or group of people who will be benefited on this study? You can also find that here. Okay, so you will just use the link in the drive that I have given to you as your guide. So it will become easy for you to come up or to fill up this form. Okay, beneficiary of this study. Okay, significance of the study. These are the following person or group of people that will be benefited of this study. For example, the results of this study will be beneficial to the following: the owners, managers, local government units, general public, future researchers. So you can put the beneficiary of the study, the owners, managers, local government unit, general public, and future researchers. Okay, so you need to fill up all of these details. Again, this is just only an example. Okay, you can have a guide in the previous manuscript, okay, for your guidance. So this is an example of format of a thesis. How about if you want to find other sources other than the previous manuscript of the students? Again, you can visit the Google Scholar, okay, scholar.google.com. For example, if you want to search about waste management, as we have an example, waste management in resort, for example, okay. So just type the keyword. Example here, integrated waste management system for resorts town. So if you found that this one is very um, useful for your study, can make this one as your reference. So you need to click PDF. Okay, so it downloads now. Open file. There you go. So integrated waste management system for research. Okay, so this is another example from the internet. For example, in Google Scholar. So proposed title, you have your own title. Okay, again, this is just only a guide. Past and present issues relating to proposed title. You can find that again in the introduction part. You just need to read these things. Or again, there are three sources for the past and present issues. One, in the current issues, you can find some data in the internet, in the news, in the television. Okay, that is for one. Number two is for the observation. Okay, they have the same thing. And also for the manuscript. Okay, as what I have an example in the drive link. And then the third one is the journal, this one, published journal. Okay, because the manuscript of the students in the previous manuscript that is not published in the academic journals. Okay, so this one is an example of academic journals. So you can find also some issues in the introduction part. So you will just read this article. Next, objectives or specific questions of your study. You can also find some guide here. Okay, so in this case, there is no objective written here. Here. There you go. The aim of the research, so the other term for objective is aim. Okay, the aim of the research in Palanga Municipality, in Palanga's Resort, was to determine, so this is the objectives, to determine the main problems of the existing waste management system and to suggest the most suitable solutions to improve environmental performance by integrated waste management methods. Okay, so this is an example of methods. I am an example of objectives. Now, for the research environment, you can also find that in the materials and methods. For research respondents, you can also find that in the materials and methods also. Okay, so you just read these things. Now, for example, if you like the questionnaire of this study, you need to cite the source. Okay, example, research instruments, cite the source of your questionnaire. So the question is how to cite the source. Okay, we'll just go back to the Google Scholar. Okay, this one. You just need to click this site. Click site. Okay, and then choose APA format. Okay, copy and then paste in the research instrument. There you go. So that's the meaning of cite the sources of your questionnaire. Okay, the author is Kleopova, and the title of the research is Integrated Waste Management System for Research Town. Okay, and there are what do you call this one? The name of the journals, okay, and the pages. Okay, so this is the meaning of citing the source of your questionnaire. Okay, for example, you want to base your questionnaire on this study, so you need to cite the source. Okay, and also you need to put the details for proposed title number 2 and proposed title number 3. Okay, so I hope that it is clear. If you have any questions and clarifications, don't forget to chat in our group chat, or you can just comment in the comment section of this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.